Good morning, everyone. I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and it's Favorites Friday. So today we'll be talking about One Piece, and it's really long. I need to catch up. So the furthest I've got, and mind you, I skipped like 100 episodes, was the tournament. So let's talk about how it starts. So, don't ask me why because I'm not sure, but Luffy, the main character, is in a barrel. Just floating in the sea in a barrel. I don't know why, but he is. So, that's where it starts. And he comes across like this pirate crew, and he ends up fighting them because like he can't help himself when he feels like something is unjust. He says something, does something about it. That's just who he is. So, um, he meets, what's his name? I think it's Kobe? He meets Kobe. He is like working for the crew. And he helps him escape and he becomes a Marine, even though knowing like between them there's gonna be like issues because like Luffy's a pirate and the Marines are always after the pirates. But you know, he accepts his choice and they're still like friendly when they see each other. I don't think there's any animosity between them. It's so interesting to me because of how the story goes, and basically Kobe is working like under Luffy's grandfather, who, if I remember correctly, is a vice admiral. So, yeah. And so I forget the order, so don't come at me. But I'm pretty sure. Okay, I can't remember if Zoro came first or Usopp, but I'm pretty sure it was Zoro. Anyways, Zoro was like locked up, like he was like in the middle of like town and just like chained to this thing. I don't remember how he gets loose, but like he's like, they call him like a pirate hunter, like he's a bounty hunter and he goes after pirates. But like Luffy like needs a swordsman, like they get along, and yeah. And then with the Usopp is like a, I guess essentially like a sniper. In his own way, he uses a slingshot, but like he's like for like long range fighting. So he's kind of crazy. He makes up all these stories, and I don't know. Luffy just attracts people, and he gets along with them. And he's like, "Join me. Let's have an adventure." He convinces Usopp. Mind you, there's all kinds of fighting every time he meets a new crew member. There's always fighting. Now, I think Nami's next. Nami like meets them early on. I think she's already met them at this point, and she double crossed them. She steals from them because turns out she owes a lot of money, and it's not like she took out a loan or anything. It's this crew took over, like this like pirate crew took over where she lives, and they're like, "Oh, if you want to free these people, you need to pay me X amount of money." So she's working for them and saving up that money, and then like they steal it from her. Like I think she gets all the money she needs and they steal it from her. So to like, you have to start your debt all over again. Like Luffy can't help himself. He steps in, he beats the crap out of them, and he frees Nami. Nami becomes a part of their crew. So he has a swordsman. He has a sniper. He has Nami, who's a navigator, because they didn't know where they were going. And then I believe Sanji is next. And Sanji, he's a cook. Like, desperately need a cook. Um, I don't know how they make it to his restaurant or how they cross paths, but like they know, like the crew, like the chef, that he's meant for more than just like being there in the middle of nowhere. So like it encourages him to go. So then he has his cook, he has Sanji, um, and I believe the next one is Chopper. And Tony Chopper, he's a doctor. So like when they're off in their adventures and they're in these different places, like they're in this like tropical area, and Nami was like in a bikini top, like her body was exposed, but it was not just like this tropical island. It was like ancient, like with dinosaurs and stuff. So she got bit by like this ancient bug, and she was getting really sick, and they needed a doctor, and they didn't have a doctor, and they said that where they were at, they took all the doctors and they think there's one left, and so they went to search for the doctor. She refused to help, but she had taught um, Chopper everything she knows. Like he's his apprentice, her apprentice, so he became a doctor, and he helped Nami. And like the old lady, I can't remember her name. I'll try and put it up if I remember. She encouraged him in her own way to go because, like, you know, she was already old, and it's just like, don't be stuck here like I am. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. This is my home, but you're so young. You have your whole life ahead of you. And did I mention, Chopper's a reindeer? Yeah, he's a reindeer. But like, how does he interact? He ate a fruit, like a devil fruit, and now he can like talk like humans can. He can communicate. I think the stuff that he makes, his transformations, is because of what he makes, not because of the devil fruit. Luffy's also a devil fruit user. He's like a rubber man. He like can stretch and stuff, and he uses it to bite. Yeah, I think those are like the main ones right now. Um, so Chopper goes with them, more adventures, and they meet all different kinds of people. They have a lot of fun. They're helping this princess like save her kingdom. They're helping Princess Vivi, and throughout that period, they meet Nico Robin, who's a devil fruit user as well. I don't know exactly what hers is called. Like, I can't remember the names for all of them, but like she can make more of herself. Like, not full on clones. I mean, I don't know as far as I've seen, but like she can make so many arms, so many eyeballs, like so many like different parts of her body to help her like do things. And whenever she does it, there's like cherry blossoms, which is pretty. So, yeah, so much fun. But she's working with Crocodile, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's just to get more information, because she's kind of like I think an archaeologist, like a historian. Like she cares a lot about like what came before and learning all the things. And she was wanted since she was a little girl, because they got rid of all those people, all like the archaeologists, all the historians, all the people that knew all that stuff, and she was the only one kept alive. Like, that's where she came from. Like, her town was like full of just like intellectuals, people that were seeking knowledge. She was helped by, if I remember, like 2 military men to escape. And yeah, she's been on the run ever since. Like, you know, keeping her head down, like, yeah, helping people, but kind of in the shadows where people don't really like know, so they're not actively seeking her. I mean, they are seeking her, but So, yeah. Um, what else? She's really pretty. They're all pretty. Like the girls and the guys are like handsome. They're all like attractive. Well, not, I don't think you said this, but anyways, um, so they meet and then it's like a while. They're off on all these adventures. They lose their ship. They lose Sunny. So they're like, oh no, not Sunny. Sorry, Sunny's who they get. They lose Mary. They lose the going Mary. So sorry, not Sunny. They didn't lose Sunny. They lost Mary. And they're looking for a new ship, and then they find Frankie, and reluctantly he helps them. He was like an apprentice of the person that made the ship for Gold Roger. He was like essentially like the king of the pirates, and you know, everyone wants to be like him, and he left his treasure somewhere and they're like all searching for it. It's called the One Piece. So but anybody associated with Gold Roger, they want them all dead. They got a lot of them. They got the ship maker. Later on they get his son, but they searched so long and I think took so many babies in the search for him. As far as I know, like his second in command, they haven't got him. He meets Luffy later on, and he helps him train, which is amazing. So we meet Frankie. I think before we meet Frankie, like before they lose Mary, they're going Mary. They're in this like sky, like island, and I think it's called Skypiea. And they meet people that have these abilities that they don't have. They just call them hockey. Like it's like they can anticipate each other's moves. And there's like different abilities. I can't remember all of them. They have one that's called King's Hockey, which like you can just like make people kind of freeze, like something about your presence, and like you just like I don't know, like extend it out, and nobody can do anything. They just like you know when they talk about like fear and like freeze, like essentially like that. And like only so many people have it. It's like really rare. Luffy has it, and he kept using it, not knowing he had it, accidentally. So, yeah, like the really strong pirates, like the higher ups, the seven warlords, the kings, or not kings, emperors, the emperors, they usually have it. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. So, anyways, back to Frankie. He was like reluctant. I think he might have lied or stole from them, but like they were able to get him to like accept them, and they like each other and all of that. So eventually he joins the crew. He makes their Sunny, and I think like they get split up. Like I think they're trying to go to the, if I remember correctly. Oh no, not yet. They meet Brooke. They meet Brooke. He's a musician, so they got the one that does like, you know, he made the ship, does maintenance and stuff. And like Robin is like, you know, their historian. I guess you need one. And they meet Brooke. I think they're on their way to like the place where they can go like to the next level of like the ocean, like where it's harsher and more serious than what they've been up against. And I don't know if he's just over there with, like with wreckage, and then he's a musician, and he's also another devil fruit user. I don't know exactly what his was. Like I don't know if you got infinite chances, but like if you died, your soul would come back to you. Well, his soul was lost, so by the time he came back to his body, he was a skeleton. So, yeah. So, and Brooke is much older than them. I think like the little whale that they met, or big whale that they met, he was like a baby when Brooke and them met. So it was like maybe like 50 years later. So, yeah. And Luffy accepted him. So cute. Um, anyways. Um, I don't know how they convinced Brooke to go with them, but he becomes one of them, and then they go to like the like bubble, I don't know what to call it, like the little bubble area, and I think that's where they get split up. Like they're all after them, and there's this guy with this like paws. Yeah. And he separates them. Yeah, I can't remember um if like them getting separated was like before, like right before, like Luffy he has a brother, and he has two brothers. They aren't like his blood, but like, you know, found family. So Sabo, they thought, passed away when they were kids, and Ace, who's Goldie Roger's son, um, he was trying to save Luffy because this guy admitted that he was gonna take him and turn him in and, like, you know, collect whatever rewards. So, he didn't want that to happen. He interfered. They got him instead, and Luffy tried to save him, and he couldn't. And I don't know if this is when they're separated, because I knew he was by himself during this period. Like, he was not with them. He was not with any of them. So they might have already been, like, separated at this point. Like, they might have already, like, got hit by, like, the Paul guy and got separated. I don't know. But they were in an agreement that they would, like, meet, like, he had it on his arm, like, how long that they would meet. But I know he had changed it to, like, 2 years and so many days from, like, the original date of when they were supposed to meet. So they took, like, time away from each other. Like, he needed to, like, grieve this loss and get stronger. And Rayleigh, that he met at, like, the bubble place. Oh, so yeah, so they were at the bubble place, and that's all this happened. He was able to, like, help him through this. And yeah, it was a really hard time for Luffy, because not only did he lose his brother, it was right in front of him. Like, Admiral was coming after him, and he's like magma, and Ace, another devil for Asia. He was fire, but he solidified his body because he could turn into it, so he wouldn't get Luffy, because if he was fire, he would go right through the fire. He still went through him, like big hole. But Luffy has an X, like, because it still touched him, like his fist still touched him, like it didn't go through both of them. But yeah, it's very hard, very, very hard. During this time, like when he was like fighting in the war and stuff and trying to save his brother, he met Jinbei, who was one of the 7 warlords, and they arrested him because he refused to fight in this war. And he became friends with him. He was also a fishman, like he was like connected to Arlong. Sorry if I messed up his name, who was the leader of those pirates that hurt Nami. They were friends, and he's like, yeah, I'll join you, but I have stuff I need to do first, and then I'll join you. So, where they are now, like, he's a part of the crew, and they've accepted him, and he's finally done everything that he needed to do to be with them. So, yeah, I know it's like all over the place and there's so much. And if you make it to as far as I got with the tournament, I love anime tournaments. They're so much fun. They're the only reason like Luffy and the crew are like in it. And mind you, you can't have a double fruit to get it. I think I could be wrong, but it's Ace's double for his fire ability, so he doesn't want anybody else to have it. Like that's my brother's like, I want that fruit. Not so. I don't think he wanted anybody in his crew to take it. I think he just wanted to keep it safe. But his brother that he didn't know was still alive, Sabo, like he arranges like a meetup between them. Like he finds him and he like is telling him like I'm gonna get it, like it's owed to me, like it's mine. And he's like, no, it's not, it was my brother's and I'm gonna get it. And then he's like, but he's my brother too. Like I don't know if those are exact words, but he's like, what are you talking about? And then he reveals his face and Luffy just starts bawling. And he lets like Sabo take his I think take his place, like how he was disguised, and he was able to get it. He was able to get Ace's Salvor because honestly, like Luffy's like, it belonged to my brother and going into nobody. This is the only reason he gave it to Sabo is because like, you're my brother too. We have this connection, and I'm okay with you having it. And Sabo's not a pirate like the rest of them. He's like a revolutionary, like he like Luffy's dad, Dragon, Monkey D. Dragon. Um, so yeah. Um, I think Luffy's grandpa's Garp. He was so not pleased with any of them. He's like, first you got a freaking revolutionary, now I have a freaking pirate. Like, how come none of you took after me? What can you say? You just didn't feel like they're calling. But there's so much to One Piece. That's just the gist of it, so it doesn't get too long. Mind you, we're over like 20 minutes, so yeah. Trust me, it's so much fun. The saddest part for me was Ace, like losing Ace. Um, there's like so much I left out, like so many of the fights, so many of the people that they defeat, but like you just have to watch it. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and catch me in the next one. Bye.